Today we are here at Volkswagen looking at the 2019 Jetta GLI. So first things first, let's get down to it. 238 horsepower, 258 foot-pounds of torque. And how does it handle? How does it drive? That's it. The turn-in, the initial turn-in is great. It handles so good. This front diff, it's got that same front diff that the GTI has, and that diff just does wonders, man. It just does great. It's kind of mind-boggling because a typical front-wheel drive car, it starts to push when you give it acceleration in a corner, mid-corner, but this doesn't do it. It's like forever the GLI has been just like a step below the GTI. It's felt heavier. It's been a little bit slower because it doesn't have the same engine, but this, now it's got the same engine, same power, same suspension. I mean, well, it's great. It's a lot of fun to drive. It's a blast. And the best part about it, to me, is it's no compromises. It always felt like the GLI was a compromise to the GTI. It just wasn't as cool. But now, it's as cool. This one with the Autobahn package, I'm not 100% sure what all that adds, but I know it's got the leather seats, the sunroof. I think that's all that comes with the Autobahn package. It's pretty much a fully loaded car now. It's got the digital dash. It's pretty much got all the bells and whistles for the Jetta. But man, does this car handle good. This is like my favorite road. It's super tight, super fun. And this car eats it up. It feels nimble. It feels happy to do this. I mean, look at this. It just turns in. It's so responsive. And it's exactly what you want out of this badge. Exactly. We know it's fun. We know it handles good. What are the first impressions of this car? It's a really nice place to be. The dash looks really good. It has a lot of good lines to it. It's got some sharp lines. The material feels really good, actually. And it's actually a pretty nice looking place to be. It drives really well, even when you're just kind of driving calmly. It feels really, really refined. You don't really hear a lot of road noise. The doors have a good heavy feel to them. When they shut, you have a good noise. I know that's a weird thing for some people to talk about, but sometimes the way a door sounds when it shuts, you can sense the weight to it and that it's a solid car. And that's kind of the vibe you get from this car. So a couple things that I really like that Volkswagen's doing, I know I've said this in the past couple videos, is that they haven't fell victim to slapping the iPad on top of the dash. They have it in here. It looks really good, super functional, super easy to use. You get the digital dash with this. You can flip through it, get some different screens. I do wish it had the navigation with it, but this has Apple CarPlay, so you're fine. You can use the map on your Apple CarPlay. All right, so a couple cool features with this car is this fun little like performance monitor. That's pretty cool. The steering in this, when you're just driving like normal, right now it feels, the weight of it's really good. And then when I was pounding through those curvy roads, it feels really good too then. It tightens up a little bit for you. It has a good initial heavy feel at speed, but when you're going slower, it's a little bit lighter. The DSG transmission in this is excellent. It works great. It does exactly what you want it to do. You can get these in a manual transmission, which is awesome. You can get the 35th anniversary package, which has cloth seats, and you can get that in a manual transmission. You can get this in a manual transmission as well if you want with the Autobahn. I love that Volkswagen's keeping that in there, that option. To be honest, though, when I was zipping through those curvy roads, I wasn't wanting for one. It's just an all-around fun car to drive. It really is. Now, compared to the SI, I think this looks way better. I think that's its competitor, the SI Sedan. I don't like how that looks. This has more horsepower. The SI Sedan only has 205 horsepower, while this is at 238. And it's really fun to drive. To be honest, when I first got in it, I had the windows down and I got on it, and you can really hear a lot of the turbo noise. It's really cool. It's a really fun car to be in. I really like the dash. It has a really good modern look to it. I like the sharp edges. This is actually kind of soft. It feels good. It feels refined in here. Everything it works really well. Again, like this system, I love what Volkswagen is doing right now with this. I mean, everything works so easy. I love how simple and intuitive all their vehicles right now when they have this. It's just so easy to use. It's so simple. So when you're in sport mode versus normal mode, the main thing I notice really is the noise. Normal mode, it's very quiet and calm and reserved, and it actually calms down rather nicely, which is cool. Which is I like that for me. For not every day, this car to me feels like it could be adaptive enough to where it could be a good family car that I can have fun driving as well. When you go to, like, this is full throttle in normal. I hope you can hear that. Not very loud at all. But then if I go to sport mode and then do the same thing, it gets a lot deeper. And I'd imagine that's probably piped in somehow. It's not real. But I really don't care. I think it sounds good. It makes it's really enjoyable, really. So it puts a smile. This car really does a good job at putting a smile on your face. So overall, what do I think? I really enjoy driving this car. There's no longer, like, you used to have to tune the GLI to bring it up to be as fun as the GTI. I don't think that's the case anymore. You have the same engine, same suspension, and this front diff and this car makes this thing so much fun. It makes it almost unbelievable at how good this thing hangs on to the corners. When I first got in the car, I was a little disappointed that there's no navigation in the digital dash. But to be honest, if I was buying this car, I wouldn't buy the one with the digital dash anyways, so it's nothing to really complain about. With the Apple CarPlay, you can have the navigation from your device on the screen. No big deal. The heated and cooled seats are a really nice feature. It's hard to complain about what Volkswagen is doing right now with how good they're making these cars. This thing it just puts a huge smile on your face when you get after it. And to me, for my type of driving style and what I enjoy out of cars, this puts big smiles on your face. I think this car looks really good, and that's surprising to me because when the Jetta first came out, I didn't like how it looked. Just your basic Jetta to me did not look that good. This, however, I think looks so much better. The body lines look really good. The front grille just changes everything for me on this car. It looks really good. And when you think about what it's competing against, I would say its competition would be the Civic, because they start out, like the Civic Si, they start out at pretty much the same price. I think it might be just like $1,000 more, which really isn't much when you're comparing. And I think this looks way better than the Civic Si. So for me, the car is really fun. I would probably have it in the 35th anniversary trim, but this Autobahn trim is really nice. And there's nothing to really complain about this interior. It's a super nice place to be. So yeah, I really like this car. It's a lot of fun to drive. It's good. It's got plenty of space in the back seat. It settles down well, and it has a lot of fun, and it puts a smile on your face when you're getting after it. Not much to complain about. So thank you for watching. A big thank you to Vorderman Volkswagen for letting me do this review. There's a link to their website in the description below. We have a podcast, the Carguments podcast. We also have an Instagram page, so you can follow us there. We try to get our followers on Instagram involved with us on the podcast, so please go check it out. Also, check us out on the Auto Show on Roku. Okay? So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and please don't forget to subscribe.